Hello everyone. We will now see our next tutorial, that is class component model policy. So you know that we are assigning simulation component and simulation classes to our CAD parts, and we are making use of those classes in the abstract model file to set up the physics. Now for this simulation component and the classes, you can have some guidelines or you can follow some standard practices so that within an organization you can set some standard process and you can communicate the simulation physics with the help of your abstract model file. So let's see some of the guidelines while giving while assigning your simulation component and simulation classes. Now for simulation component, you must give some unique name based on your CAD model. So you can use the product name like your bushing, pin, loader, etc. so that your components will have some unique naming and that will be in line with your product. Secondly, you should not give any special character while giving the simulation component name, and the simulation component name, it should not be a blank one. So these are the some basic checks or the basic guidelines you can follow while giving your simulation component. For simulation classes, the same thing applies. Your class name should not be the blank one, and you should avoid any special character while giving your class name. Now, specific to machine class, what you can do is you can use underscore 2D as a suffix for the parts representing your surfaces or the two-dimensional entity, and you can use underscore 1D as a suffix in the name of that class just to represent your one-dimensional entity. For mesh sizes, you can use size A, size B, size C like that. So these classes you can arrange in the increasing order. For example, size A will have the smallest mesh size, size B will have somewhat higher, and size C, size D will have the much higher size. So that you can just assign the class based on your mesh size requirement. Now, related to physics, you can use s-class underscore type as your parameter name, and you can give the values like solid and shell based on your requirement. So if your part is a 3D part, you can use a solid as a class there, and if your part is a 2D part, then you can use shell as a value there. Again, this is just a standard nomenclature so that you can standardize the process and everybody will understand what exactly we are specifying through the abstract model file. Again, you can use S-class as your parameter name and you can specify your material there under that parameter S-class. Now, to compact the abstract model file, you can use import CAD variable functionality or import from CAD functionality, where you give your some parameter names like mesh size or the shell thickness, and you can just provide the values against those parameter, and you can fetch those values appropriately as per your need. If you want different mesh sizes, you can use that. If you want different shell thicknesses, you can use that. So likewise, you can do the standardization within an organization. Going further, related to relation, maybe you can use load to represent your loading part, and you can have the relation between load and solid just to specify the load attribute in case of your 3D object. Now, in case of 2D object, again, you can have the relation between your solid and 2D class, and you can specify the load accordingly. Now, for weld, you can use weld class, and all of you know that for weld modeling, we just merge the weld with the surrounding part. So you can use a relation like relation between weld and solid, and you can specify your number of node attribute there. So likewise, you can use some particular classes like solid shell, some classes with suffix like underscore 2D, some classes with suffix like underscore 1D, so that you can standardize the process. You can use some particular relations for defining your loads and constraints so that everybody will understand what exactly or the what that class is for and what physics we are setting up through that class or the relation. So this is just a general guidelines. Again, you can use any naming as per your requirement, but it's good to follow some standard naming so that you can just standardize the process. So with this, we are done with the tutorial. We will now meet in the next tutorial. Till then, if you have any question or the queries, then please feel free to contact at support@novusnexus.com and we'll get back to you accordingly. We'll now meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.